Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Deus Ex Human Revolution, which is not Anachronox. Ooh, that's some stutter. Does not like being alt-tabbed. Look at that. Oh, it does not like that at all. Can I fix that? Probably not. Yeah, okay. Whatever. We're just gonna live with that, I suppose. Yep, no, we're just gonna live with the stutter. Because that's just our life. Look at that, 8 FPS. It's even tracking it. 8 frames a second. Soak it up. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go any further, and before I forget, I do want to say shoutouts and thank yous to Oculus, Andity, Braegwin, Daedalus, Disposable Puppets, Dormouse, Dragon Player, Addictus, Evo Eliani, Galian, Gingaman Prime, Hans Sanitizer, Harkonnen, Hector Anthem, Hive King, Internal System Error, Etree, Jesse's Mask, Jordan T. Hurt, Killer Bean, Cloden, Lateralis, MPPY, MS Cardo, Nerozaz, Navarius, Octo-G, Papaneeks, Paranoid Android, Pesnator, Plutonia, The Original Gamerhoff, Tom Barber, Tazara, there's someone I haven't seen in a while, Unicorn Scotch, Vigilant, Willison, Gay Porg, Primarch the Mage, Huthor, Wedlock, the person who put this game on the list, which is Sign of the Emperor, and our majority shareholder, which is Edward Bador. Thank you, all of you, very, very much for making this run happen, and for continuing to allow me to do things like get Taco Bell for my sister today. As I mentioned earlier, but I will mention it now that we're on camera, I have a weird history with the Deus Ex series because I was never a huge fan of it, but mostly just because I kind of drifted into the entire franchise very, very late. Deus Ex itself came out in 2000, which was a very bad year for me. And Deus Ex Invisible War came out in 2003, which was actually a worse one, believe it or not. So I didn't play either game when they came out. I went back to them several years later when I was trying to essentially do exactly what it sounds like, go back and fill in the gaps of several PC games that I'd missed at the time. But Deus Ex, so let's talk about Deus Ex for a second. Deus Ex was done by Ion Storm. See, there's this studio called Looking Glass, and Looking Glass decided to fire Warren Spector and his entire development team, for reasons we'll probably cover in more detail later. That was probably a bad move on behalf of Looking Glass, but then John Romero looked at them and said, yeah, you're hired, you and your entire team, and here's a blank check, make whatever you want. Which was probably the correct call by all intents and purposes, because John Romero has always been kind of his own thing. Let's just put it that way, and then we'll move on from that. I'm skipping over a lot of history here, very on purpose, because we're not covering Deus Ex, but I wanted to kind of cover the franchise as a whole. They took a solid 3 years making this game, which was pretty long back in the 90s, and they listed a lot of influences about. Yeah, I know, Dakota. A lot of influences on where they were thinking when it came to developing this game, including Half-Life, Fallout, Thief, GoldenEye, and of course, Suikoden, of all things. Deus Ex managed to finally get launched, and a lot of people were worried it was going to bomb, especially after such a long and arduous development period. There were some issues. We've actually talked about this before, so I'm bringing this up mostly because it's so rare I get to talk about this. We all know about what happens when a game gets rushed. Deus Ex was actually one of those rare games that was too not rushed. They were given so little limitation on time and resources and development that they just kind of went hog wild, and it showed in many ways. And I think at least a little bit that is still visible in the final product. So there were some very real concerns that Deus Ex was going to end up being a vanity project and big and bloated and blah, blah. Yeah, the Daikatana problem, exactly. However, Deus Ex is a good game. I'm still willing to say that, although I haven't reviewed it yet. And was willing to do what it is, and 16 million units shipped, which is really, really, really good. Like, absolutely crazy good, especially for that era. So, as you might imagine, Eidos greenlit a sequel almost immediately. Warren Spector made the controversial decision to go ahead and back off a little bit, and he put Harvey Smith, he pushed Harvey Smith forward, who also worked on Deus Ex, and Harvey Smith became the central director, although they then pulled in another director and said, hey, let's go and dual thing this. They actually hired several people who were working on Splinter Cell as well, the very first Splinter Cell, and decided to focus on a console experience. Now, I'm skipping over a couple of steps here, but to be very clear about this, Deus Ex was a PC game that was then ported to consoles. They wanted Deus Ex 2 to be a console game that was ported to PCs. This was the wrong call, as it was for almost every game that did that, and there were quite a few, actually. This was the Xbox era, or whether we were entering the Xbox era. And the Xbox era is exactly what it sounds like. It's when a lot of people, especially for RPGs, were trying to, or I shouldn't say RPGs, things that weren't shooters, were trying to branch out into the relatively new console market of a large number of people who previously hadn't been game players, who had jumped in because of the Xbox, very specific because of the Xbox. And so a lot of games got made for the Xbox and then ported out to the PC later, and almost all of those ports tend to suck. It's worth noting, yeah, as I say, there are very, very few exceptions to that particular policy. KOTOR 1 does qualify, as does Halo 1, but there are other games that, it was a problem. It was a whole thing, and it's partially because they, I mean, essentially, they just didn't put the time and effort necessary into make those ports the way that they really needed to be made, and so we have bad porting issues, the usual thing. Either way, that was their decision there. Yeah, Jade Empire definitely felt like an Xbox game, for good and for bad. Parallel porting, we'll talk about that in a minute. Multiple SKUs. But either way, they did all that, and it's like, all right, cool. And they launched Invisible War, which is the second Deus Ex game, which came out in 2003. Now, I'm going to go ahead and admit, I have never played Invisible War. At all. Like, not for a rumination, not a little bit on the side. I've never even touched it. I've never even loaded it. I'm not even sure I own it, to be completely honest with you. So I have no idea if it's a good game, a bad game, or in between. I do know it killed the franchise. For 4 years, it completely killed the franchise. Now, there was other stuff going on at the time, but it didn't work all that well. It did sell 1.3 million units, which is actually quite good. Again, I've talked about sales figures many, many times. If you get into the 7-digit range at all, you're doing good. The only thing that doesn't qualify for that is over-budgeted games, which is usually the AAA space. So 1.3 million is good sales figures. However, we've talked about that particular phenomenon many times. If a game is really, really popular and sells well, its sequel is almost guaranteed to sell well, right? So, by all accounts, Invisible War got the 1.3 million mark because of Deus Ex. In fact, the exact opposite happens as well. This game we're about to cover here had a pretty bad initial launch sales figures of just 6 digits. It was like 600,000, something like that. It wasn't until people actually played it, word of mouth got out that Human Revolution was a much better game than Invisible War, that it was able to then push up to, I think it's like 1.6. No, I wrote it down. 2.8. 2.18, excuse me, 2.18 million units, which is very respectable. So, cool. For 4 years, several attempts were made to try and follow up on Invisible War. None of that went anywhere. Nowhere of note. Project Snowblind was started. Deus Ex Insurrection was started. Deus Ex 3 was started. All of that just kind of died on the vine. And eventually, Eidos actually shut down the entire company. Just, we're done. Later on, Eidos was then eaten up by Square. That was a fun period of history. And then Eidos Montreal was established. That was in 2007. One of the first thing that the new staff, the creative staff at Eidos Montreal did was they sat down and said, what do you want to make? And they said, let's make a new Deus Ex game. They wanted to make a new Deus Ex game. It was none of these people had worked on it before. They just jumped on it. They were like, yes, this is the game we want to make. They put it together. They put together the treaties and said, here, let's do this. Warren Spector would go off to do his own thing. Just move on to that. And interestingly enough, Eidos Montreal greenlit Human Revolution in 2 days, which, if you're not familiar with the specifics, that's crazy fast. So apparently they were either desperate for titles or someone really, really believed in this. One of the specific things that was considered a selling point at the time, which I find funny, is they deliberately developed this to be multiple SKUs. What that means is exactly what somebody, Plutonium mentioned earlier, parallel development. In other words, they made this for consoles and for PC at the exact same time, 2 SKUs, or actually more like 3 SKUs. So whether that worked or not, we'll actually see. They also had several development issues. They started off using the Crystal engine, which, if you're wondering what that is, don't worry. You won't find much information about it, because Lord knows I didn't. I had to go digging to find out what the Crystal engine was, because my first thought it was the Crystal Crystal Tools engine, which is actually different. That's something that Square Enix used, a notoriously terrible engine, which has caused many headaches for many games over many years. No, this is actually a different engine, which was put out by Crystal Dynamics for their upcoming Tomb Raider game. And they were like, yeah, we'll go ahead and use your engine, and that'll save us on development time. That was a terrible decision. They found out very quickly that they shouldn't use that engine and walked away from it because it just wasn't working for them. So thankfully, they moved on from that. A couple little anecdotes before we really jump into the game. Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, its sequel, were both written by Mary DeMarle. Now, Mary DeMarle's an interesting writer, because she's written a few things over the years, including these 2 games, but she also wrote Homeworld 2, a game that I don't consider to have a good story. She's also the current writing director of Dragon Age 4. Now. Anyways, I also want to mention Michael McCann, because of course I do. I know, right, Blake Javon. Michael McCann did the music for this, and you've probably heard his music before. Most recently, he did Borderlands 3, and he also did XCOM Enemy Unknown and a host of other games. But my favorite little anecdote here is that he worked on Splinter Cell Double Agent, so that's his music. Anyways, Human Revolution, like I said, moved 2.18 million units overall. Now, that's a good amount of money, but the higher-ups were, and this is kind of infamous because this was the era of disappointing sales. You know that era, if you were around for that. Because that was considered very disappointing sales. And as a direct consequence of how bad this game sold, they decided to go ahead and put in some mandates and some changes for its sequel, Mankind Divided. And those changes, for those of you not aware, absolutely killed Mankind Divided and killed the franchise again. And fun fact, the franchise has remained dead since Mankind Divided. Cool. Moving on. Disappointing sales. Christ. So we're going to go and go on normal. Duh. We may regret this. Extremely obvious symbolism.
Is everything in place?
Almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I have spoken with Montreal. The broadcast satellites are ours when we need them. A few weeks of discomfort, and the public will be primed for our recall.
And the clinics?
We control their birth rates. They will do as we say.
I still think we should wait for the referendum.
We can't afford to wait. America's Science Board convenes next month.
But the mood among the delegates is shifting. I'm positive that given more time...
No. By going public with this discovery, Sarif is forcing our hand.
The world will not change overnight just because David Sarif wills it. Besides, we can do nothing until our biochip is ready.
I thought you said you were close.
Finding the correct nerve interface has proven more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
Dun dun dun.
And in Washington tonight, crowds continue to gather in front of the Capitol. Most are demanding that Congress severely restrict efforts to alter the human body's abilities. This in response to claims made by biotechnology expert David Sarif that his firm may have discovered a way to make human-controlled evolution available to all. Seraph Industries researchers are set to arrive in Washington tomorrow to defend their claim. But for tonight, this is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Vegas.
With all due respect, Major, I'll expect 2 security details waiting for us on the tarmac. No, we won't be going through the terminal. It's too exposed. Yes. I'm glad you understand. Good night, idiot.
Something wrong?
No, not for me it isn't. But you keep pulling on that necklace, Dr. Reed, and you're gonna break it. Come on, Meg. You've defended your research before.
That was different. Then it was all just theories. But this discovery, Adam, it's big. Kepler big. Rosetta Stone big.
So, what's the problem?
They'll want to know how I found it.
Megan, we're leaving for DC and... Adam, you're there. Good, good.
You need something, boss?
Yeah, I want to go over your security plans for Washington before we leave. You and your team ready to go, Megan?
Almost, David. We're just rechecking data.
Well, make it snappy. We have to actually be in Washington before you can dazzle all those federally appointed know-it-alls.
I hate it when he does that. Come on, I'll walk you part way.
Ah! Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. No, act. Wait, seriously, Plutonian? That's actually funny. He's voice acting a guy. Okay, whatever. Did he not check the role he was playing? Did he not understand what he was signing up for? It's okay, whatever. I gotta tell you, it's weird having the lights on. I don't know. I'm still getting used to it. I feel like I'm just giant eyes around here. Okay, so already I'm thinking we've got animations, maybe. We've got voice acting, maybe. We'll put some question marks down here. We'll think about the camera. We will definitely be talking about music. Sorry, one moment, please. All right. So we've got music positives. It's actually it at the moment. No, do you know the real reason that's so dangerous, Act? Because there's a real reason that's so dangerous. Oh, can we change difficulty? Fine. Oh, looks like we can. I need to look up what the difficulty does at some point. Make sure subtitles are on. No, here's how court law works here in the United States. Several people use the word precedent. What they don't understand is precedents. There's actually, there's general precedents, but then there's also legal precedents. Legal precedents specifically has to do with appeals. If I sue you over, I don't know, punching me, and then I fail, but then I appeal that, whatever ruling goes in through the appeal specifically becomes legal precedence. Make sense? That's the thing that is then considered codified and is now functionally a part of law within the United States. Now, that can, because law is a morphic thing that can be challenged down the line, that can be pushed back against down the line. But the point is, it is an extra bullet in that particular arsenal. Damn, I actually cannot rebind quick save or quick load. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, whatever.
David's waiting at him. We shouldn't keep him.
I like all the medical stuff over here with Seraph on the... Oh, excuse me. With Seraph. There it is. Seraph Industries.
Warning. This lab is for authorized personnel only.
I don't know, Act.
What did you mean back there, Meg? About how you found it?
Nothing. It's just my nerves talking.
There's something I should know about this place, about Sarif.
Megan,
Hold on.
we're still getting biochemical fluctuations.
Okay, so alt-tabbing just freezes the game. I don't know. Let's see. Was there a new stream announcement? Let's find out. And, you know, I've actually never played Mirror's Edge at all. Whoops. I did forget to hit enter on the new stream announcement. But Stream Live is working again. So that's good to know. Not that anybody actually pays attention to Stream Live. I hate games that I'll pause when I alt-tab. At least give me the option. Thank you, Vigilant, very, very much. I apologize for not getting it earlier. We were in what I believed was going to be a very long cutscene. Again, this is just the day of very long cutscenes. At least that one was skippable. Why do I hate it? I don't know how to answer that. Like, I wish... Okay, obviously, professionally, I hate it because something I like to do, especially while a cutscene's playing, is alt-tab and jot down some notes, right? I like to jot down notes as I have them rather than forcing myself to remember them later because I might forget them and I might change my mind or I might lose some of the details. I want to get right in there as quickly as possible. But in order to do that, I have to pause the game. In a normal game, I could actually just alt-tab and it would be like, hey. And I'll put that towards Dealer's Choice, which includes Zelda. But even when I'm not streaming, I prefer that because I like to be able to do other things like, say, chat with people or look up stuff or otherwise get work done on the side while the game is playing. Stuff like that.
Across the artificial flow cells.
Okay, but the increased neuropeptides coming from the PDOT cluster could be throwing off your calibrations.
Right. I'll double check that.
I can't believe you were asking about David. You've been here long enough to know if... Eric! You wouldn't be avoiding me, would you?
I wouldn't dream of it, Dr. Reed. I think I know why Declan's readings are off.
Too many peptides?
I'm thinking the glial tissue breakdown we noticed after splicing in the repressive protein might be the cause. If we had a better cytometer...
We might get a more accurate reading that
Visitors
confirms
must be
your theory.
accompanied
I'll ask
at all
David to
times.
consider it.
Well, if he orders one from Page Industries, maybe they'll throw in
Page.
another cappuccino maker.
You overthink everything, Adam. The work we're doing is good. We're helping people overcome their physical limitations.
Yeah, except most of our clients seem to be DOD.
You're doing
It's
good.
not all
Just another hour to
military.
go.
We work with teachers, doctors, construction workers.
Damn it!
Watch it, Eddie. Those boxes are worth more than your salary.
Sorry.
Nia, you almost ready?
For Washington? Huh.
Ah, Dr. Reed. This is General O'Neill.
Dr. Sevchenko was telling me you've made progress on the Typhoon.
Yes, thanks to Vasily, actually.
As I was saying, sir, the Typhoon uses a modified combat chassis like the one I'm wearing. But I've improved its design using shaped microcharges to propel the steel balls.
And the backblast problem?
Solved through kinetic bleeders in the augment. Here, watch. Go ahead.
How soon till it's ready?
I'm afraid I have to run, but Vasily has all the details, General.
Of course.
They still have some work to do to improve the type.
You're right. The teacher would just love having one of those things.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat, but neural augmentations that make you think faster, react quicker, they can really improve a life. Everybody's lives. David's talked about it for years.
Yeah, he is a talker.
He's a good man. Admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
Oh, I like everyone, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
I forget his name, but the actor for Jensen himself has mentioned several times that he dislikes a lot of his own line readings. But that makes sense. For those of you not aware, Adam Jensen actually, or the actor who voices Adam Jensen, actually did his voice acting across 2 years. Now, if that doesn't sound significant, please try to think about, like, trying to put out a consistent performance from something that you voice acted 2 years ago. Speaking as a voice director, holy crap. I think he does an iconic job. We'll decide how good of a job he does as we go, I think. Because I remember him more from Mankind Divided, which had a much better throughput, and also, you know, was made in less than 2 years. Thank you, Rex. As always, appreciate the sub. I will jot that down for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Axiom Verge, and Tunic. Yeah, remember, this is these developers' first game ever. I have played Mankind Divided. I did review Mankind Divided. In fact, it was one of the very first games. In fact, it was one of two games that formed the very first games we ever reviewed in, I hesitate to say the modern style, but it was the first time we were giving pluses and minuses in the manner that we did. It was that, Shadow of War, or Shadow of Mordor, whichever the second one was, and The Secret of Mana Remaster. Those are the three games which were the first time we did the pluses and minuses. Yeah, it was the alpha for the current review system. So it's kind of memorable to me. And yeah, Mankind Divided, I actually really liked Mankind Divided. It certainly had a couple of issues, and Lord knows it just ends on a to be continued from hell, which has never been continued. So the gameplay, though, was great, and there's a specific boss fight, which I won't spoil, which is still one of my favorite boss fights of the entire franchise, but anyways. And if you remember, we did that boss fight twice. We did it super stealth, didn't get detected at all, and then we did it walking in, guns blazing, and interestingly enough, it was a good boss fight both ways. Do you know how hard that is to do? Anyways, forgive me. I wanted to talk about this intro, too, because this is a chonker of an intro. It definitely does remind me, yes, it was, offshore Twitch account. And then it was discontinued, and then the company was sold, and then anyways, this is very Half-Life, and yes, Black Malkin, you probably know the one I'm talking about. Again, I don't want to give too many details because that will definitely spoil. This is very non-interactive, just kind of watching stuff happen sort of a thing. And that, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that type of thing. By the way, I need like 15 more people to ask about Missing Link, please. Please and thank you. I'm not a huge fan of this type of intro. However, it's not necessarily a bad intro because of the aforementioned Half-Life. Half-Life was actually a pretty solid intro, but that's because Half-Life really thought about it and did a lot and gave you things to look at while the intro was playing. To use Arkham City actually is another good example of this type of thing. I can actually name a bad example of this type of intro as well. Damn it, Federation Builder. And I just lost it. Shoot, I can't remember. There was Skyrim. Oh, Skyrim is a really good example of how not to do this type of intro, and because Skyrim is just we'll tear that intro to shreds when we get there. But not a lot of information is conveyed. We don't have anything interesting to look at. There's not a lot of visual storytelling going on. And that's the comparison I wanted to make. Because picture in your mind right now Skyrim's intro, okay? Picture picture you're in the cart. I know, meme, but you're in the cart and you're just watching like trees and rocks and some snow go by. And if you look around, you see a couple of people, and that's it. There's nothing to take in. There's nothing to do. You're just looking at a guy while they talk at you in slow, boring tones. And they don't even convey that much information with the talking. By contrast, Modern Warfare 1 has an excellent intro in this style when we're in the car. Do you remember that sequence? Right at the beginning. We're in the car and we're playing the president of Made-Up-a-Stan, and we're being driven to our execution. That probably sounds like a spoiler, but it's the intro, right? And that's a good example of this kind of thing because so much time and attention to detail was put into everything going on. And in fact, I know people, myself included, who have replayed that intro several times because there is so much going on that you actually can't like see it all essentially in one playthrough. There's stuff over there and the stuff over there and stuff over there, and there's a tremendous amount of visual storytelling going on. Now, bringing this back to this game, I personally think that this game, no wasted seconds. It's a very good thing. No wasted seconds whatsoever. This game is kind of in the middle ground here. I don't think this is at the level of Modern Warfare 1, which is a masterclass of the concept that I'm talking about here. And yeah, there is several aspects of this, which is just, But I do think it's better than null. So what I'm kind of debating is if this is like single positive territory or maybe like positive and negative territory. I don't know. Food for thought. One moment, please. Because someone... It should be on the archives page. It should be right here. One moment. One moment. Mortal has asked me a question, and I must answer. There is no other way. Okay, there's Civ 6, Call of Duty, Dishonored 2. There's Breath of the Wild. I'm going to have to find this manual. There's XCOM 2. There's Mario Odyssey. There's Assassin's Creed Origins, Total Warhammer 2. Yakuza 0. Okay, there's Secret of Mana, so it should be soon. God of War 4, Battletech, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Did I pass it? I had to. We're up to Dragon Quest 11 now. There's Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh. Maybe it's under this? Nope. Maybe it's under the classics? It shouldn't be. The reason it should be. Nope, it's not. One moment, please. What's going on with her arms and her body? I don't see any visual bugs there. Yeah, it's a 700 strong playlist. You got to give me a minute here. I have no idea what the difference is between the original and the director's cut. I have never played the director's cut. I barely remember the original. It's in the archive playlist. Okay. Oh, the Victorian thing? Oh, I was actually going to comment on that. Have you noticed the Victorian thing in general? It's actually a great way to add some visual flair to it, because there's several people who have the pseudo-Victorian fashion. And I like it because that's true in real life, right? The fashion goes in cycles, right? In real life. So... The postulation here is you see high-tech and cybernetics in modern day, and everyone's running around doing this kind of a thing. This is the third person we've seen who does this. And I'm with it. It helps establish the visual style. We'll really talk about the aesthetic when we get to the architecture, because that's where it's really going to come in. Where in the world? Hang on one second. I'm sorry. This is really frustrating. There should be a playlist. It's called the archive playlist. It should be on the website, but it looks like it actually isn't. I'm not sure when it got deleted because it exists. I even just double-checked. Because there's the review playlist, there's the premiere run playlist, there's a classic run playlist. I don't see the archive playlist. That's a good question, Twister. We'll have to find out as we go. Yeah, there's the archive playlist. What is this? What's going on here? Wow, this is just a random smattering of streams, isn't it? No, it's right here. I'm staring at it. Well, whatever. This is not what I would call particularly well categorized because of how thrown together. This shouldn't even be here. I'm actually confused by this. I'm sorry. One moment, please. This is weird. Let's just, I actually have the Hildebrand stuff in here, for God's sakes. No, it's in the archive playlist, Mortal. You know, the one that you have no access to, that isn't linked anywhere. That shouldn't even exist, and I'm not sure why it does, because all of this is redundant. This is actually funny. To really emphasize how weird this is, the archive playlist is so redundant that there's exactly one run in the entire playlist that has any reason to exist. One. Can you guess what that playlist is? Or what that run is? No, it's Mankind Divided. It's Mankind Divided, the exact one we're talking about here. It is the only playlist, it is the only run that is in this playlist and not in the other playlist. I do not understand how that happened. I mean, it's oversight, obviously. Really, Geludo? Well, that sucks. But at least they have work, I guess? God, I don't know. Oh, I know. Google image searches have gotten much, much worse than they already were because of AI-generated garbage. So thanks for that AI-generated garbage. I really want to reach out every now and again and, like, just stab the people who decided to make AI-generated artwork. And just keep stabbing for a while, you know, just until I get all my stabs out. Maybe hum a song while I'm doing it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll workshop it. God. What? Okay, so now, hypothetically... So, Mortal, if you now go and check the archive page, nothing will seemingly have changed. However, that second playlist that's listed is called the Premiere Run playlist, right? Now, every video on that Premiere Run is unlisted, so the only way to view those videos is to have the link on the archive page. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom of that, which you're going to hear something in a second. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Shut up! What's up? Hate how YouTube just, like, auto-loads things nowadays. And then takes a moment and then doesn't actually let you do anything until it's done loading, because it's probably expecting to load the freaking ads. Hate that crap. I don't know why they don't let you search through playlists. That's what I'm manually scrolling to the very bottom here of a 707 strong playlist. But
ladies and gentlemen,
there.
That...
Shut up. With here you go. Boom. There's the VODs. Moving on.
How far are you going?
Diane's office. I forgot to leave her a key so she can walk Kubrick. He's gotten big, you know. Keeps knocking over all my plants.
Did you destroy that vase yet?
I moved it. And I fenced in the yard. Like you always said you were going to.
Yeah, never got around to that. Sorry.
Me too. About a lot of things. Adam,
So she's dead.
there's something I...
Good evening.
Pritchard.
So, are we all ready for the trip?
There's Farida. I'd better hurry. See you at the helipad, Adam.
God, just couldn't spit it out. Like, that was actually bad.
Interrupt something, Jensen.
You fixed that firewall yet?
You don't fix an entire firewall. You find the loophole and plug it.
Then did you plug it?
Yes, I did. You want to know how? Oh, wait, I forgot. Ex-cop. I doubt you'd understand.
Ex-SWAT, and you'd be surprised. Sarif has to see you too.
Athena. She wants me to show her how to track our scientist-implanted locator devices. In case your security plans in Washington don't measure up.
They will.
Gentlemen, how wonderful to see you both. Go right in, Adam. He's waiting.
This is the newest in encrypted GPL trackers, Athena. It transmits data to our dedicated satellites every 10 feet.
I don't care what it takes. I want you, Darrow, in Washington, by my side.
The man doesn't jump for anyone. He's a Nobel Prize winner.
Senators love this guy, Lyle. The hearings will go much smoother with him there. Big day for us tomorrow. Everything in place?
Yes, sir. Capitol Police will escort us to the Hill, and then Federal Protection Services takes over.
Good, good. How's our girl holding up?
She's nervous.
All she has to do is show him her research. She explain it to you?
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
It's incredible. All those purists out there accusing us of tampering with the natural order, when all Megan's done is figure out how to unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything you, Darrow, ever did.
Environmental malfunction. Laboratory subsection 6. All lab chiefs, please report in.
We better not take any chances. Not tonight. Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find. Athena, get someone to shut off the damn racket.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is some interesting stutters we're having there. No. Also, 0451, gotta get that out there.
Pritchard, where's Megan? She report in yet?
Her GPL implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn it. Must have been a serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
I'm trying, but the intellicams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard? Pritchard!
Before you can do anything, you must be able to get around. The first move you'll want to learn is the crouch. It will allow you to get into small spaces such as air vents, or to hide behind low objects so you can move about unnoticed. Jumping on objects or ladders is essential for getting to those hard-to-reach places. Sometimes going high or low is not enough. Sometimes you just need to go fast. You'll only be able to sprint for a few seconds at a time, though, so use it wisely.
Ah! God, that just ended abruptly, didn't it? love it, Trihexia. Nothing more I want in my life than more gold tinting. Except maybe green tinting, but that's what Fallout's for. You okay, dude? Okay, cool. Yeah, I like how there was a tutorial about how to, you know, crouch immediately before a section you could not get through without crouching. Yeah, very Half-Life. Oh, hang on.
Some objects in the environment can be picked up and moved. Use them to create paths to inaccessible areas, or as portable cover during a firefight. You can also throw them at the enemy if need be.
Oh. Alright, hey, look. I have a feeling that I can move this thing to create a path through. I do like you can skip it. Skippable cutscenes are always good. Well, almost always good. Oh yeah, rather infamously, Warren Spector himself was really negative about this game. Until it actually came out and he played it, and he actually completely changed his mind on that. Now, I don't know if there was any money that changed hands, or if there was just a PR thing, but it is interesting to know. Yeah, not bad. And then we overdose. I didn't ask for this. Oh, hang on.
When the lead starts to fly, it's wise to take cover. This will protect you from bullets and explosives. To shoot, peek out from behind your cover spot, either to the side or from above. Then take aim and fire. Whenever possible, use cover when moving around. Line of sight is important, and by keeping behind cover, you'll stand a better chance that enemies won't get a bead on you.
It makes sense that this is very Gears of War, considering this came out in 2007. 2011, apparently. Oh, right, I'm sorry. It started development in 2007. So, in other words, it makes sense that this is very Gears of War, considering it started development in 2007. Oh, I hate sticky cover. I mean, I get why it exists, but yeah, I cannot tell you how many games where I've just been like, get me out of cover! God damn it! Ah! Excuse me, are you alright? Are you alright? Okay, good. And we're dead. So anyways, that was Human Review. Or Human Review. Human Revelation. Hey, Dick Quack. How far back is this? Oh, this isn't too far back. Wow. Okay, those guys, they got some health, don't they? This game has been reused. This game has been reviewed by a human. Beep boop. I actually asked a bot to review Mega Man 2 earlier. It was hilariously botty. Didn't say anything about the game other than like the kind of thing you'd see on the back of the box. No actual review substance whatsoever. But my favorite part was how many things it got wrong about it. Like, for example, Mega Man 2 added the slide to the Mega Man franchise. I'm almost tempted to try and do an AI review of this game just to see how bad it is. Well, what do we got? We got some options other than shooting those guys. Wait, what's bothering me? Black Malkin? Oh, geez. The stutters? Yes, the stutters are bothering me. 100%. The Wrath of the Worgen. Oh, I hope they never improve AI, and I hope it keeps getting worse. And the good news is, so far, that's been true. Thankfully, and I mean this, AI has actually been getting worse, not better. Oh, I really do want it worse. I mean that with absolute sincerity. So, first of all, AI being better is a very scary, very terrifying thing for a lot of reasons. In terms of harassment, in terms of safety, in terms of misinformation. It is also demonstrably causing tremendous issues in the creative space. To artists, to programmers, to designers, to QA testers. Like, a lot of people's jobs have been threatened or actually invalidated because of AI, which has been being plugged in to do their jobs for them. The AI getting better means that gets worse for people. But then, hang on, it's actually worse than that, because in spite of all that, there's one very, very valuable thing. Yes, there is actually a voice actor strike going right now, which, of course, executives have been pushing back against about that. But the biggest thing about why I want AI to get worse is because it makes it easier to identify. Right now, if you're paying attention, you'll notice when something's AI written or AI generated. If that gets better, it'll get much harder to identify something that is fake, right? And that's a bad thing. Like, if AI, as absolutely weird as this sounds, if AI continues to exist but is, like, hilariously inaccurate and extremely obvious that it is a thing, okay, I'm actually okay with that. Because at that point, it just becomes its own little meme generator thing in the corner, right? Like, have you seen the AI-generated Star Wars trailers? Those are horrific. But that's fine. That's over there in its corner being its own little weird thing, and that's fine. If you get to the point where you can actually make a legitimate AI trailer of something, now we have a problem. So, no, I very much hope it continues to get worse. Now, the good news is AI bots also feed off of other AI bots, which means that's part of why they're getting so much worse so rapidly. Oh god, I've seen that one image. Well, there's a future boss fight. Yeah, I saw that. A little late for him, but you know. Why is that middle mouse click? We are fixing that immediately. Jesus. There we go. I mean, I can use cover. Whoa. What? No, that is correct, Uthor. Actually, it's also funny. I don't know if you paid attention to this, but they started using AI upscaling for some of the vanilla textures, and then they stopped because it looked like crap. So let me think about controls here, because middle mouse is not something I want to press ever, essentially. I hate using the middle mouse button. Might work. No, that's not gonna work. Let's try V. See if that works. That's bad. Saying, you know, there's a lot of very expensive equipment you're ruining here. I just want you all to know that. Like, do you not think about how much money you're wasting? There is a clip size. Huh. I was wondering, since we have infinite ammo right now. We're just using infitets. By the way, I'm already in love with the music. Just completely. Oh, we're dead. No, really. That's we're dead. So you ever wanted to play a RoboCop game?
My God, how thick was the glass?
Come on in. Stay with us.
I mean, they're both very legit soundtracks, chronologically. Oh yeah, a little bit of a gore warning. It's like medical gore, but it's still gore. Sorry.
Yeah, he's no good to me like this.
Prepare for insertion of ERCC-1 craft.
Steady. He doesn't need that. Where's that cyber arm prosthesis?
I love you.
Who are you?
Haven't you lost enough people today?
I'm sorry.
We're seconds away.
His body can take it.
Yeah, this is very close to total conversion. It is a few steps back from it, though. By the way, Mass Effect 2 actually predates this. For perspective.
I think we got it, Doc.
Give him the info link. Fine. Give me the telecom package.
Yeah, Jensen still has meat. Smasher is like a brain and a spine, and I think that's actually it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really think it is just brain and spine. And now we're playing Dragon Age 2. I didn't ask for this. Sorry.
Adam, it's David. You in the building?
Just enter the lobby.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Frank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
Listen, we've got to have the cool sunglasses. That's the thing that really sells it. Hypersensitive tech. Hands research. I can't read that. Neuropazine. Dangers and side effects. Physical and psychological effect over the years. Yeah, that's... okay. I believe this is 16:9, Black Malkin is.
James Osterberg, please report to the Central Testing Center. James Osterberg to the Central Testing Center.
I know, but Jim. Been early to toss it back here.
Why is David keeping the SWAT team from going in right away? Doesn't he remember the last time?
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might seem. Looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine now. Its recognition software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarif is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Whoa, whoa.
Lucky for you, I'm gonna ignore that comment. We're done here.
So when I try to adjust manually, this is what happens. It's, I guess you can't really see that because of the space background, but it's static, right? Do you see that? It's forcing 16 by 9. So I don't know how exactly I'm supposed to unlock a 4 by 3. I gotta find back the correct size. Yeah. There we go. And now I gotta adjust it again. There we go. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Does this do anything then? Ah! Okay, hang on. Did it work, though? Holy crap. That's egg on my face. Well, the good news is I am a complete moron who deserves to die. Bad news is now I have to make a hard save. Good news is it means I can get rid of this too. Boop. Get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, I was just about to say something's got changed when I was dealing with that. No. I can't change refresh rate? Okay, sure, whatever. No, anti-aliasing is on, directions on, shadows are... Good shadows, depth of field is off, it's the same as normal, post-processing is on, extra filter reset. Yep.
Adam, how close are you to the helipad?
Almost there.
Good. Because SWAT's about to turn this into a PR nightmare. Meet me in the chopper. I'll brief you as we go.
So we've got soft drink, juice, mineral water, or water.
I doubt I need to remind you.
I don't know, what do we got over here? Soft drink, juice, mineral water, water. Damn it, that's all they've got. I was hoping for tap water.
6 months ago, on the
Whatever, I'm just gonna drink some ketchup. And some mustard. Ugh. Oh, that's better. I'd like some water at 50 Celsius, please. Glug, glug, glug. Ah, there we go. Okay. Alright, Sunny D! Yeah, they have purple stuff, orange stuff, green stuff. Eat saliva. I actually made a webcomic for a while. You can't find it anymore, though, because I tore it down. But that's a lot of extra work that I don't have time for. Drawing takes a while, and I'm not Evo.
Welcome back, Jensen. Didn't think we'd see you around here for a while yet.
You know how it goes, Malik. Duty calls.
Don't I know it? I was in my wingsuit halfway to the top of the Renaissance Center when I got the 911. But you? 6 months is a hell of a short time to come back from the dead. You sure you're ready for this?
Only one way to find out.
Roger that. The boss is already on board, arguing with the DPD's tactical response team. They've got the plant surrounded, but Mr. Sarif wants you to go in first. You all set here? Because the sooner we take off, the better it will be for everyone.
You.
I'm ready.
Great. Then let's get airborne.
Yeah, speaking of Mass Effect 2E. Let me jot down some notes. Oh, right. It does this when I alt-tab.
I told Farida to put us down on a roof. I don't want the crowd seeing you go in.
Fine. As long as she pulls you out the minute I'm gone. So what am I looking at here? Who are these guys?
Pro-human purists, or so they say. The same purists who've been firebombing limb clinics all over the country.
You buy that?
Nah, I don't think it's a coincidence they hit us today, only hours after we moved the Typhoon in for assembly line factoring.
The Typhoon? Megan's team was testing it the day that bastard... Who's on point for these guys?
Adam. I know you and Megan were once...
Who is on point for these guys?
Goes by the name of Sanders. That's him, there. He's an augmented Adam, so he can't be one of the mercs who attacked us, but he did know exactly how to get inside our plant.
All right. So how do you want me to handle this?
First priority is the Typhoon. I'm keeping SWAT out until you've secured it. As far as rules of engagement go, I'll defer to you. Lethal or non-lethal?
I mean, the way I usually play these games is...
I'm not looking to start a firefight in there, just neutralize them.
Okay. But just make sure those bastards don't wake up and warn their friends. You remember what it's like in there? A lot of tight enclosed hallways. But the labs themselves are pretty open. High ceilings. So, do you want something you can use from a distance? Or up close?
Stun gun or the tranq rifle? Yeah, I'll take the stun gun.
The closer the better, I think. That way I'll be sure they stay down.
You got it. The Typhoon should be in the factoring labs. But Pritchard will tell you more as you go in. I've got him running comms.
Terrific. Anything else?
Keep your eyes open for hostages. Free them if you can, but the Typhoon is your #1 priority. We developed it for the Alphabet agencies. And if we don't deliver it to them intact and still a secret, well, I'm sure you'll get the job done right.
Gentlemen, prepare for landing.
I'm already leaning towards a double positive for the music. It's just so good. Like, it's not just good music, it fits the vibe so well, you know? Yeah. Let's jot down some notes, shall we? We'll think about triple. I hesitate to give a music triple positive this early on, but goddamn. Yeah, it's very Mass Effect-y in a good way. Yeah, let's go recruit Thane next. Listen, we're one of the good guy corpos. That's why we're okay with rescuing hostages. Trust me, that's not always true. That sounds like Yoshi drums to me, Plutonia. I think the dialogue's crap, and the voice acting's crap, and the game is crap, and everything's crap. Oh god. Well, sorry. What? I'm back. I'm back. Oh yeah, we're gonna at least do one stage as pure lethal. We've got to try it out, right? We did this with Mankind Divided. We did this with Splinter Cell. We're going to do this with Hitman 3, although I guess Hitman 3 isn't really lethal versus non-lethal so much as it is different routes to then be lethal, but you get the point. I liked Mankind Divided. I don't even care. I don't even care. Come at me, bro. I haven't reviewed Human Revolution or Mankind Divided or 1 or Invisible War, but Mankind Divided is definitely the best Deus Ex game. Maybe, I don't know. That's I do like Hyper Lethal. That's just Super Earth at that point. Oh man, yeah, no. Prague was legit. And the side quests were good, and the encounters were really, really good in Mankind Divided. If there's one thing I could praise most in Mankind Divided, it's the encounter design. I enjoyed ghosting Mankind Divided, and I also enjoyed going loud. And again, that's rare. I can only think of one other stealth game where that's been true, and that's Dishonored 2. Ceratogenics. Have a good one. Yeah, no. Mankind Divided sold quite well. 1.18 units, I want to say. 1.18 million. Like, again, they hit the 7-digit range. That's really well selling. Yeah, no, Takoida's correct. If someone's like, oh, we only made such and such $1 million, that's that something else is going on. And to my knowledge, we still don't know what to this very day. We probably never will. See you around, Federation Builder. But something was going on. It did not sell badly. That's just the excuse they gave. You've seen it before, even on a small scale. Have you ever finished a project and, like, the boss says, I'm sorry, you just didn't do it quite well enough, or you didn't score well enough, or they come up with some random excuse, right? And it's nonsense. Whatever it is, it's nonsense. And you know it's nonsense, but you don't know the real reason. Oh, excuse me, Von Falkenstein. I was screwing up a digit there. Or decimal place. In my defense, I've still got that fighting off disease, like, wet blanket thing going on. I apologize. But yeah, they'll never give you the good reason. They'll never actually give you the real reason. They'll just give you some excuse because that's the decision that's already been made. Jackasses. Anyways. Tomb Raider 2013, probably the best of those 3 games. Sorry. Something I'll be debating, and I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on it. Not now, but chew on it. Is whether or not they do a good job with the central theme of this, because what I remember most about the central theme of Human Revolution is that they absolutely beat you over the head with it constantly, which usually strikes me as a bad way to implement theme. But we'll see. I'm going to put that as a question mark right now, and we'll see. Could someone tell me how this mission is different if you take too long? In detail, in as much detail as you can. The hostages die before you even show up. Okay. That feels like a positive and a negative to me. Is there any other example of that? Why would that be a negative? Well, it's actually very simple. Nothing tells you that that's going to be the consequence. Picture any video game ever. Alright, I've decided to go ahead and go do a thing. John, you've got to get to the roof. The bomb's going to go off. Okay, and then you go and you check the thing and then you loot the thing and you do a little side thing and you hit the robot frog thing and you do the hacking mini game. And then you talk to this other person, and then you get the frog coupon, and then you go upside, and then the roof explodes. Oh no! And then you keep progressing. Unless there's actually a freaking timer indicating that there is an actual timer on display. Generally speaking, most players presume the same exact thing that I did, that there is no timer. Right? Like, this goes back to the PlayStation era, the PlayStation 1. My favorite example, of course, being Renoa, who's just hanging onto the ledge there for, like, at an absolute minimum with no encounters and knowing exactly what you're doing. It's like 8 minutes. And she's just hanging there like, there's no rush. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Everything about that intro section screams, run around and explore for a bit. I even started doing that, if you were paying attention, until chat said, make sure to hurry. At which point, my first mental reaction was, why? Why would I do that? Why would I not just spend my time taking in the sights and exploring all the things and all the details and all the doodads and all the NPCs to talk to? See, the problem with that, Black Malkin, and it's not like I disagree with you, it's just that would involve giving a negative to essentially every single game ever. Because that is way more common. Again, I wouldn't mind as much if there was honestly a literal timer. If there's a timer up, it's an immediate visual indicator. Oh, okay, I am actually on a timer. Let's go. I will also say, the thing that could work and doesn't, I'm saying that wrong. It's a shame they only do that trick once, right? That's the kind of trick you want to pull several times in order to make it track. Instead of just this one time, hey, we're in a hurry, okay, that's never showing up again. There's a FromSoft game that pulls that. Oh, I have no idea, Black Malkin. And I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the weird FromSoft games. Whatever. Hang on, Loke. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Put it on your finger. It's when... Yeah, it's the doing it once thing, right? If a game is going to establish a mechanic, especially a non-standard mechanic, like timer actually mattering, that's the kind of thing you want to do more than once, right? because you do it to introduce it to the player, and now the player knows that that concept exists, that they know that that's something that can work for, and go. Yeah, exactly. I was actually about to bring up Kingdom Come Deliverance for actually doing this correctly. The timer mechanic in Kingdom Come Deliverance is established during the intro, during the tutorial, before you ever pick up a sword. And that gets across the idea that time actually is a factor in this game. We need to be taking care of that. We need to be tracking that. It does so in a safe environment, too. The game, it's like a minor penalty for actually failing that timer. Sure, no big issue there. So that's a good example of what we're talking about here. In this case, though, the fact that it only shows up twice, doesn't really feel quite as good. I don't know, I'll chew on that. I suppose we'll put that under info in game. No, we'll put a question mark by that. We'll think about that. So unskippable cutscene. I know, hang on, Loke, hang on. I need to see something, and unfortunately, that's gonna evolve.
At any point during the game, you can access the in-game menu. The inventory holds all the items you are carrying with you. It has a fixed size, which can be upgraded through augmentation. You can move inventory items around, examine them, or combine them with upgrades. In the heat of battle, you can rely on the quick inventory instead. It allows you to quickly equip a weapon, change grenade type, or use an item. Simply press the keyboard key associated with the slot in which the desired item resides. You can swap the content of a slot in and out as you please by accessing the inventory screen. The objective screen details your current missions and objectives. The log screen is a repository of all the emails and books you read on your journey. The map is a helpful tool that allows you to see where you are in relation to your objectives. Useful locations such as merchants and limb clinics are also marked. The augmentation trees are where you can spend experience points to upgrade augmentations you own. Simply select an augmentation and choose which upgrade you want to buy. Upgrading augmentations can be done anywhere, at any time.
Okay, hey. Still can't save. Can I not save mid-mission? Is that a thing? Alright. Whatever. That'll be here. I'll put down a question mark for now, Loke. I'll cycle back to it. Really, Matthew? Interesting. Stab! Alright, Matthew's dead. Whew, okay. Dip that in the bud. Alright, so I think we all agree the Mass Effect 1 soundtrack perfectly. Perfectly. I was actually going to pull up the Mass Effect 2 soundtrack and I couldn't find it quickly enough, so whatever. I shouldn't actually be in a cutscene right now. I can move around, I can talk, I can do. Get that at the moment.
Tell me you're the guy we've been twiddling our thumbs waiting for.
SI Security. Name's Jensen.
Jensen. Yeah. I thought I recognized you. Used to be on Team 2 till that Mexican town thing went down. I gotta say, you're the last person I pictured taking orders from a CEO.
Things change.
Not always for the better. Feel like getting in there and doing whatever it is your boss wants you to do? Because maybe then we can do our job.
So, yeah. As usual for this kind of dystopian hellscape, obviously, the cops take orders from the corpos.
You look pretty dug in up here. What's the react team plan?
We got Alpha as point and Bravo as wing, both standing by to breach the target. We're coordinating from here, but until your boss gives us the go-ahead, we're just holding our dicks.
Realistically, how much time do I have before any shooting starts?
According to protocol, none. According to your lawyers, the sooner you get in there, the sooner we can hose this powder keg down and call it a day.
We've got people inside. Any idea where I should look for them?
Yeah. Your plant manager, Josie Thorpe, managed to slip a call out before someone snatched her cell. She said the hostages are being held in an office near the assembly labs.
Makes sense. The workers were setting up for a production run, so they'd have been concentrated there.
You know more about that than I would. Anything else?
Intel on these purists. How much you got?
How much you want?
They communicate any demands yet?
Not yet, but I get the feeling they're not that organized. Most of the guys I've seen look like street bangers and thugs. The kind who get their jollies trashing equipment. You ask me, it's the man in charge you have to worry about.
How many am I looking at down there?
Hard to say. We've spotted 3 in the courtyard, maybe half a dozen inside. But that's a sketchy estimate at best, since we seem to be getting a loop playback off your telecams.
That shouldn't be possible. I told Seraph to make sure Pritchard overhauled the system.
Well, someone inside must be tech savvy, because all we're seeing is a loop. For all we know, there could be 5, 10, or 3 dozen perps in there.
The leader's name is Sanders, right? What's his story?
Zeke Sanders. We're running background on him now. Looks like he fought 2 tours in the Gulf. One of them on a recycled military bill.
You mean he's augmented? Seraph told me he's not.
He used to be augmented. Says his Augs made him do evil shit, so he ripped him out. Now he's got a whole crew of gullible street kids listening to his crap and ready to die for him. Or kill.
I think I've heard enough.
You sure? Wouldn't want to make your boss unhappy.
I got it from here. Sit tight. Wait for Seraph's signal.
Like we got a choice.
Can I save now? Hey, I can save! Okay, so how do I kill someone? Let's see. Uh-huh. Well, okay. So, I guess I can... Huh. So it does let you kill the cops. You should do whichever thing is the least productive, Mr. Red. Ah! Well, he's dead.
What was that? Just take it easy, buddy!
Wow, just instant death. Yeah, no, we have about Agent 47's health level, which makes sense. Although, actually, that's a good point. Nobody reacted to that. Look. They do not care. Hey, guys.
Who's there? Hands up!
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, we're done. Their UI was lagged. No, they were watching an ad before they could get the update. Okay. Yeah, we'll go loud later. Early, yeah, we have no health. No, we're much weaker, Loke. We've got less health, apparently.
Jensen, it's me, Pritchard. Where are you?
On a roof overlooking the plant.
Good. Your point of entry should be through shipping and receiving.
Should be, Francis. The hell does that mean?
We have an employee entrance there, heavily guarded by purists, no doubt. So, if you're not a fan of the frontal assault, I suppose you could try accessing the building's roof.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's check out that map. There we go. Okay, that's... okay. We'll come back to that. Okay, so that's just a waste of ammo. Wasn't sure the range. I mean, I know it's short range, but I'm just testing. I just need to keep trying. Just keep... yeah, okay. No, actually, while we're here... looks like it's about that range.
Stay where you are.
Yep. So that's a good 10 feet, looks like. Okay. I can hit someone from 2 squares. Yeah, the cursor lit up. I don't know if you saw that.
Jensen, it's me, Pritchard. Where are you?
On a roof overlooking the plant.
Good. Your point of entry should be through shipping and receiving.
Should be, Francis. The hell does that mean?
We have an employee entrance there, heavily guarded by purists, no doubt. So, if you're not a fan of the frontal assault, I suppose you could try accessing the building's roof.
Wait, really, Phaethon? I haven't heard about that. What's the bug? He's probably just annoyed. He literally is a SWAT team guy who's being forced to sit here and do nothing in a hostage situation because some executive in a suit told him no. Wouldn't you be annoyed?
Getting too close to any guard is a risk. You're better off staying far away from them. Learn their patrols and time your moves accordingly. If you can avoid it, it's generally better not to engage them. Sure, a lone target may be tempting, but you never know. Backup might be right around the corner. If you have no other choice, try taking out your targets silently by moving up behind them and tapping the takedown button to put them to sleep. Killing them is a more permanent solution, but also involves making more noise. To do it, simply hold the takedown button. Whether you kill or stun, all takedowns burn up energy. If your energy bar is empty, you will not be able to use your augmentations. You can, however, replenish your energy cells through the consumption of nutrients. Regardless, don't leave bodies lying out in the open. If they are found, an alarm will be called in. So grab them and drag them out of the way.
One of the only things I remember being irritated by in Mankind Divided was the fact that punching someone would use up battery charges.
Yeah, everything seems under control. No sign of SWAT. No sign of anyone.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's alive, okay? What? Putting the fist in pacifist. Lol.
Being stealthy hinges on sight and sound. Crouching down will assure you are making the least amount of noise possible. Line of sight is important.
And by keeping behind cover, you'll stand a better chance that enemies won't detect you. Avoid jumping and sprinting, as it will certainly give away your position.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, fine. What game?
Being stealthy hinges on sight and
Yeah,
sight.
no, that HUD size is wild. And also 16 by 9. Did you notice that? Is there a way to increase the HUD size? Like... I'm sorry, Pools just now. I know exactly what that feels like, unfortunately. Listen, it can't possibly be depressing enough, Gum Gum. I've seen Shadowrun. We can go even further down. Okay. Looks like there is no way to scale the HUD. Unless it's in a weird spot I'm missing again, which will not be the first time. So we're just gonna live with that. Wait, hang on. Oh, we could turn on dev commentary. Cool. That sucks. Alright, whatever. Radio. Congrats. Oh yeah, speaking of which, where's my inventory? Yeah, I noticed the ammo pickup thing. I do like the convenience of it. But considering the economy of this game, it would be nice to have the option. I don't know. Sorry, I forgot to ask. Is the timer still going in the mission? I've been sort of assuming it is and trying to hurry.
Get him!
God damn it. Okay.
Yeah, everything seems under control. No sign of SWAT. No sign of anyone.
I mean, Jensen would fit perfectly well into Shadowrun. No question. Paige. Yeah, Paige would probably try to deal with dragons. I'm not sure how well that would turn out for him. Historically speaking, probably badly. Yeah, it's just my own fault there, Black Malcolm. Okay. That guy, and that guy. And the police. So we gotta be pro-human. No cybernetics allowed. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Pritchard, I'm in. The door worked just fine.
I'm happy for you. The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past the assembly labs that will take you to it.
Got it.
No, Don Crow. This is a review. We're gonna poke at things, but for the first mission, ghosting feels like a good time to do this, right? Oh, that's right. We can pick up stuff. That's true. That should help with a few things. I will admit, this is going to sound like a weirdness. Obviously, this isn't at the level of Thief. Nothing is at the level of Thief. But I've already noticed how little audio design I have to lean into for navigating the space. Like, there were several sequences I've just went through where I could have sat and listened for the footsteps, but I couldn't hear anything. And if you were paying attention, that was how I was navigating the previous game in several sections, where I could hear the guards in Splinter Cell. Management realizes you've all been working long hours in the drive to fulfill your recent military contracts. We recognize your increased efforts and we thank you for your unswerving dedication to the job, getting the job done efficiently and with pride. The current increase in workload will last only 2 more weeks. We thank you for your patience and dedication. No additional work, or money, no additional anything, just, you know, thanks. Oh god, you're probably right, Black Malkin. So, in case none of you in chat realize why I just said that with dread, I can barely see that radar. Oh, okay. Especially at a glance. Like, if that was, like, that big, it would be a good at a glance. As is, I have to actually pause and essentially stop looking at the game to look at this. Like, I want to really make this clear. Yeah, that's about the size of my thumb right here. In terms of actual physical space. That's how much space it's taking up on my monitor. Is that right there. Okay, cool. We'll make it work. Or die trying. Yep. Resolution scaling. In all honesty, that probably qualifies as a negative. We've given that negative before. If anybody knows of an option or a way to force the UI to scale, please tell me. Please look it up, because I didn't find anything. I'm not even playing on that big of a screen. I'm just, you know, about like that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, since cybernetics and magic are so commonplace and prolific within the Empire, Gum Gum, what it boils down to is a whole lot of, whatever you want to do. He might knock you out. Oh my god, the stuttering. No. There you go. I'm sorry to ask a dumb question. Is it supposed to frame drop like that during the takedowns? Yeah, hit me, Paranoid Android. I do not know if it's optional to be in first person or not. Actually hex editing the executable. I know how to do that. Oh, yep, I see it right here. Ah, yeah, okay. Let's not do that. 30 mods? That could accomplish the same thing? Let's see here. I like how many things are out here for reshades. And harder modes. You gotta have harder modes. Very important. Oh, is that it? God, people are in love with reshades, aren't they? My goodness. Uh-huh. There's also an AI-generated upscaling of the game, which is probably about as tone-deaf as you can get under these circumstances. Okay. I mean, honestly, this might be a an Etch-a-Sketch situation, Gum. That doesn't actually look super workable. Sorry, I'm looking at this HUD scaling thing. We might just live with it. Like, we might just straight up have to live with it. Especially since a lot of the values they're giving are for 16:9 playthroughs, which we could go to 16:9, back to 16:9. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just going to live with it for right now. Nope. Pay attention.
We're taking a stand for the human race. This is self-defense.
Yeah.
Rush this place, I dare you. We've got a little surprise for you in here.
Yeah, no, that's definitely an interface negative. Like I said, we have the bad scaling negative precedent.
You shouldn't be wandering off like that.
God, they also have much less vision compared to, say, Splinter Cell. Although then again, in Splinter Cell, people could walk literally right by us and not notice if we were in total darkness, so what the hell do I know?
He's gonna get us out of this. Not if those po-pos catch us blazing. So split up.
Hey, off the deeper end. Hope your break has gone well.
Jensen, I just tried to unlock the assembly lab door, but my override codes aren't working. Someone's changed the protocols.
What?
No one here.
Didn't you plug the...
I'm on it. But until I find this particular breach and fix it, you'll have to hack the door manually. Pritchard out.
I didn't ask for this. Sorry. Right, let's watch the hacking tutorial.
When hacking, your goal is to take control of a device's registries, so you can access the security codes within. To do it, you must navigate the network, capturing nodes as you go along. You begin a hack from your point of entry in the system, the I/O port. To capture a node, simply place the cursor over it and hold the interaction button. A wheel will appear, showing you the programs that can be used against it. Traveling from node to node is accomplished using bridges. A bridge can be unidirectional or bidirectional, as shown by its arrows. Each time you capture a node, there is a chance the network will detect your presence. The higher a node's rating, the greater the likelihood that you will be detected. If detected, don't panic. You still have a chance, you just need to hurry. The network will try to trace your entry point and boot you out of the system. If you manage to capture the registries before the network trace reaches your I/O port, you'll be okay.
Okay. That sounds terrible. Yeah, hacking. Don't worry. We won't have hundreds upon hundreds of computers to hack in this game. Begin hacking process.
Access granted.
Time to hack more time. I should get one of those really, really loud the loud clicker keyboards. Yeah, mechanical. I actually have a mechanical. I haven't used it in a while. Might have gotten rid of it. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, who killed him, man? He asked for it. Kept calling me a bigot.
No way, no way! I am not going to prison for this!
Hate to tell you this, Trev, but once that bomb goes off, this guy won't be the last skinner in here who buys it.
Shut up, J-Ro. Trevor, you gotta calm down. Help me find something to cover him up with.
I'm telling you, man, these Hansa lovers deserve what's coming to them.
These people deserve to die for being in favor of augmentation.
Guards. Security systems will be your prime area of concern, as they will trigger alarms that bring about heightened security. Trying to destroy these devices is a bad idea. Try instead to get around them. By timing your moves properly, you should be able to do so relatively easily.
Mechanical keyboards tend to
If
be...
an alarm does sound, guards will start looking for you. Fortunately, they won't sustain this level of alertness for long. Eventually, they will believe you fled the area, and the alarm level will drop.
Hem. So as I was saying, mechanical keyboards are kind of objectively better than regular keyboards in several ways. But I prefer the layout of my current one for just general comfort and ease of use.
Who's over there? Go ahead! Stick your head out!
Okay, so let's reload that. That's just... Listen, are you pro-augmentation? Do you wear glasses? I know, I made that argument before.
Jesus Christ, you killed him, man!
But it does say a lot about how nonsensical a lot of the anti-augmentation arguments tend to be.
Once that bomb goes off, this guy... Right. Coming in here to dig up shit.
God dang it. Again. No, what I wanted for the longest time was an actual dual keyboard setup where it's two physical devices. Like this. But all of those suck. So I never found one that was actually worth a damn.
Hate to tell you this, Trev, but once that bomb...
Yep, he's rejected his humanity because he uses technology to augment his body. Well, first we need to get Nicolas Cage involved, Pillars of Snow. Obviously. What? From what? What is suspicious? Hacker mode engaged.
Access granted.
Okay. That is true, Black Malkin. Having said that, I do think some people, like, I think the problem here is that if you want to be anti-augmentation, you probably need to have a brain about it. And most don't. I would honestly argue that quite a few anti-augment people are strawmen. Their arguments and their situation is set up to be so ludicrous that they're not actually arguing for their point. They're actually arguing against it. Because most anti-technology or anti-augmentation people are extremist, right? Like, massively extremist. And they usually have no actual argument or point to make other than the fact that it's bad, and that's it, right? It's like extremist fundamentalism. It's like, yeah, it's bad. Why? Because it's bad. And that's it. That's their argument. If you had an argument that, I don't know, right off the top of my head, maybe allowing for these kind of augmentations will change the relative balance of power between the people who can afford and the people who can't, creating a new division of haves and have-nots, okay, there's at least an argument that can be made there. If you argue that cybernetics are bad because they're bad, then I'm just staring at you weird, you know what I mean?
Looking for proof that these fuckers are lying to us, I guess. Just like Zeke said.
I hope Zeke knows what he's doing.
Me too, man. Me too.
Unnatural. It ain't right. Having them foreign objects in your body. Oh man, I am fortunated. You are fortunate, hero. That's just how I'm gonna phrase that. Yeah, no, like the frickin' jackasses in Star Trek 9. We believe that when you create a machine to do the work of the man, you take away something from the man, is an exact quote from that stupid, stupid film. Listen, nature intended for the body to operate in a certain manner. If we were intended to fly, we'd have wings. You know, it's the same argument. It's dumb. There are real arguments that be used against cybernetic augmentation, especially widespread cybernetic augmentation. It's more or less the same general problem as something like, say, replicators. Like, do you want replicators to be widespread? It sounds like a cool idea, but really think about what that would mean for a second.
Who's over there?
Oh, okay. Nature didn't intend us to have medicine. Hi, Eva. And yeah, microplastics. Yeah. You ever heard that old joke? I forget the exact order of it, but it's like there's the oldest generation, which is like they had asbestos in their bodies, and then the generation past them had lead in their bodies, and the generation after them had microplastics in their bodies. I do hope the job tests go well, Evo. Because if they don't, I'm going to have to kill some foos. And I'm good with killing some foos. Yeah, I think it was lead, then asbestos, then... Well, no, it was mercury, then lead, then asbestos. Now it's microplastics. Yeah, no, I noticed that too. It's kind of hard to see, but if I like cover the screen with it, you can kind of see it there. I don't actually know, Yura.
What? Shit. Better check it out.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see, officer. Damn it. I don't want to lose my no detection. Hang on, hang on. No, the yellow filter's not bothering me. In fact, to be honest, I'm barely noticing it. Like, obviously, this is rather yellow, but this is fine, honestly. Would I get cybernetic linked? Yes. And arms, and spine, and stomach, and everything but my brain. I'm just everything but my brain. Let's go. Total conversion. I'm ready.
Jesus, what is... Holy shit!
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's okay, just give the word, Evo. Mass murder. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
Looks like something moved. Holy shit!
Bull crap! Alright, hang on. Like, the guy turned and the other guy turned. I was watching him on the minimap that time. And then, like, as I was going over, he was like, "Hurr."
What? Shit. Better check it out.
There. Yeah, I think that's just the color of the game, honestly. I do like murder hobos.
In order to unlock new abilities or augmentations, you must first gain experience in the form of XP points. You will receive these points when completing main objectives, side quests, or through special bonuses, like completing a mission without being
It'll be in my
detected.
report next time we discuss security loop.
Once you've accumulated enough XP points, you will receive a Praxis point. These points are used to unlock upgrades to existing augmentations, and to unlock entirely new augmentations. Praxis kits, which can be found through exploration or purchased in limb clinics, will also give you instant Praxis points. To unlock an augmentation or upgrade, simply select it in the augmentation screen, check the cost, and, if you have enough Praxis points, activate it.
Behold our augments. The social enhancer. Analyze people and persuade them. I don't need an augment for that. Okay, so make the radar better. Make stealth better, which, yeah, we're probably going to want to do that. Hacking better. You got it, Mr. Red. You know, if you watch Sailor Moon, you could put off watching an actually good show. I mean, I know I'm going to want the Typhoon. Remember that. Sure, what's your suggestion here? If it's the Typhoon, way ahead of you. The Icarus Landing System. Well, right now we don't have anything, so... Okay, here's our terrible map. Yeah, moving on. Oh no, I'd love to go to Mars. Do you know how easy it would be to commit suicide on Mars? Just... It all costs too much anyway, so whatever. Moving on. See, I've heard nothing but good things about Typhoon. I remember good things about Typhoon. I'd have to double check that. Why does it give me the pop-up every single reload? Are you sure you want to load a game? Yeah. That's why I hit the load game button. Because, you know, whatever. Well, this is a review, so we're going to try all kinds of things here. Ah, there's a turret there. Okay, that's what saw me. That's true, Dakota. I've never done that before. Still, that's irritating. You know, that's probably what I remember, is using the Typhoon on bosses.
Some of the obstacles that can be circumvented by hacking include turrets, cameras, and robots. All you need to do is find a security hub controlling these obstacles and hack it. Capture and fortify programs are your main hacking tools. You can upgrade their ratings via hacking augmentations. A node's rating affects the speed at which the network can process it. Therefore, higher-rated nodes will slow the network down. You can slow it down further by fortifying nodes, which will increase their effective rating. You can also use a slow worm to stop the trace process entirely for a few seconds. Finally, to prevent detection when taking over nodes, you can use the nuke virus, which gives you a 0% detection chance.
2011.
The nuke and stop programs are expendable viruses. Their supplies are limited, so use them wisely. A counter in the top right corner of the screen helps you keep track of them. When hacking, there are 3 types of nodes to capture. Directories are meaningless data holders. They serve no purpose other than to allow you to travel to your destination. APIs are system functions that can be used against the network. They can slow it down by spamming it, or they can lower node ratings to make them easier for you to capture. Data stores contain valuable information that can result in money, programs, or even experience points. Any reward you find on the system will only be yours if you succeed in hacking it. Otherwise, rewards cannot be downloaded and will remain on the system. Aside from cameras and doors, you will not be able to shut down any security device until you get the right augmentation upgrade.
Access denied.
When I discovered the sea. Yum, yum. Either way, I've pretty much been in favor of augments since I first acknowledged that they existed, which in my case would have been somewhere in the 80s. I'm not sure when, but somewhere. I'd have to think about that. That's like the robot thing. How long have I known about robots? Well, like 70s range at the is when robots came out, right? Right? No. Ask Evo will be destroyed. I don't care which. As long as you ask. That's right. Will Smith invented robots.
Step away from the console. Now! Son of a bitch!
I don't even see the hostages.
Pritchard, you still there?
Where else would I be?
Patch me to Seraph, now.
Adam, it's David. You got the Typhoon?
Yeah, but you were right about there being something more behind this. Because I've also got a dead purist in here with some pretty interesting cerebral implants.
Don't touch him. We'll need an expert to recover his neural hub, in case it's booby-trapped.
Copy that. What about Sanders?
SWAT's pressured me to let them off the leash. Find them before they do, and deal with them.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the people to rescue. Let's okay. Hostages. Barely even human. Well, I'm sure the hostages are fine. It's fine. It's fine. I apparently skipped about half the stage. Wow. It's actually impressive, considering I very much didn't do that on purpose. Yeah, don't look up some of the heart and hearing ear augments we already have. Hint, we're getting pretty along in those. So we've got a SMG, 10mm, the stun gun, and of course the double barrel. Aw, see you around, Phaethon. That is some interesting... Okay. I was ghosting on purpose. Very much so. I failed once? No, actually I didn't fail once. Never mind. I think I did fail once, now that I'm thinking about it, but whatever.
Permanently on hold, many are now wondering if something else may be going on. Is David Seraph hiding something? For tonight, this is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Picus. Back now to that breaking news coming out of Detroit.
I guess that's true, like Malkin. Nanotech. I mean, unironically, the cybernetic thing that I most would want is to just have a fully nanite body. More or less like what Senator Armstrong has.
That guy's dead!
That's him. Ran into something. Yeah, no, harden in response to physical trauma. And he can also harden it by command, obviously. Although they never say that, they just show that. Literally stumbled into the coffee table. That was actually kind of funny. Yeah, it makes sense that coffee would kill me. By the way, I don't know if you're still there, Evo, but I've never heard of South 40. Sorry. How dare you think positively about something, Yura? For shame. So what's it mean? Look at all those computers we could go hack. All that time we could go waste.
I'm about to peek.
Over there, some fun!
Oh gosh, I don't know. Probably not disposable puppets. But you're right, we should give a positive for that. Fine. Just because dinner's being called very soon. Let's kill our frame rate really quick. An augment that I hope doesn't become true in the near future. God, I don't know. I was gonna say anything with through the brain is probably a good answer to that. Like it or not. Like our poor fellow a few minutes ago just said. Saw. Oh, that reminds me, offshore Twitch account. You specifically were talking about adding the time splitters on PS4. Do you mean... Could you clarify that? Because I actually went looking and found approximately nothing about that. Like, all I could find was the PS2 copies and then, like, nothing else. I also couldn't even find info about a trilogy on, well, on purchasing, but that's unrelated.
Shit, you're dead, Cutter!
Oh, it's on the PSN only. Okay, well, I will put that into the I'll check that in about 8 months category. When I can dig out my PS4 and then hook it up and then check. But if anything, Elon Musk is doing God's work by making sure that we're all as appropriately terrified of Neuralinks as we probably should be. I do not have a PS5, and honestly, probably never will.
You hear someone jumping around over there?
How am I supposed to know what I'm
Nothing. I would have found him if someone was here.
God, is it that soon, G-Juice? I hope it's good. I really do. I was better than the first one. Yeah. No, I know. I have, like, no augments right now, Black Malkin. The Detroit Post. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pancakes, but that amuses me more than it probably should. I'll look it up after again. I don't have my PS4 is in storage. That's the problem. Normally I just fire it up and be like, but it's in storage. So I'll check at some point. I swear I will. Yeah, everything's in moving mode. The only things that aren't in storage is the Switch, and that's just because of, the Zelda stuff. And my computer, my set. Everything else is packed. Like, if I had to move tomorrow, I can make that work. Still. I wanted to write it down. I've already lost it. I do like short games. Short games are good. I've also never played the Time Splitters games at all. Probably more of the PS2 era stuff that just passed me by. It's funny you say that, Euro, because that's not... A lot of people... Lord knows that's certainly relevant, but that's not why we were moving. Like, I actually saw several people in the YouTube comments saying, you're an idiot for wanting to move just because a dictator was trying to take over. And it's like, what? No, we were potentially moving because the person who makes the money in this household, which is my brother-in-law, was getting a potential job offer in Europe. And if he has to move, then the family has to move. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I mean, how familiar are you with how hilariously, pathetically terrible Cybertrucks are? Come. Where am I moving to? Well, first of all, I would never share that information to begin with. But second of all, I don't know yet. Best augment in this game? Typhoon. You just kill people. Just kill people. No, probably the HUD. The stealth HUD, which is something I've been debating getting. Oh yeah, carry capacity, that's another one. Itemization kit. Yes. Pillars of Snow. Among other things. And yeah, we already have, like, paper-thin armor. That's probably something we want to solve at some point. Especially if we're going to do a Go Loud section, which we are. That's really sad, Junker. Hush. See you around, Baron. No, Yura. Denied. Any game that Yura beats more than once automatically gets a net negative score. That's built into the charter. Yura, don't beat FF6. Don't ever do it. Don't touch it.
Don't lie to me. I don't want to hurt you. You're a civilian. But I will if you don't give me a choice.
If you didn't want to hurt anyone, you should have stayed home tonight.
Oh, look! Serif's attack dog. You're here to clean up before the police bust in? He thinks we're breaking the law. Shut up! All you body polluters break laws. You're all the same.
You're gonna have a hard time convincing people you're any different once they hear you had an AUG on your team.
What?
I found your attack dog in the factoring labs, trying to cut through security with his implanted hackware.
Nice try, Cholo. But I would never let one of you freaks on my crew. Back off, Lancer! I got business to take care of, understand? If what you say is true, and I'm not saying it is here, but I gotta check things out. So me and la vieja, we're leaving.
We did save right before this.
You know I can't let you go with her.
Stand down, Hanser! I told you, stand down or this bitch is dead.
Bullshit. You're bigger than that. You don't kill civilians.
Damn right. I'm a decorated vet, and I won't be jerked around. I need to find out who's behind this, and right now the boss lady is my only ticket out of here.
Listen to me. Whatever's going on, it's big. You've got a better chance of getting to the bottom of it if you work with me. But I can't do a thing until you let her go.
Are you stupid? I don't work with AUGs. God, you must think I'm some kind of moron. And who can blame you? Because it's exactly what it must look like to everyone right now. Trapped in here by the cops, and my only option is to take a hostage. How screwed up is that?
You're doing better than you think. You're still standing, and that's more than the hacker was expecting. You said you're a vet, so I know you've got the balls to handle this. You don't need the civilian to get you out of here.
You got a good point there. But still, I know you're kind. I saw it a million times in the Gulf. The only thing augmented goons like you care about is gaining the advantage. Just like the cops out there. I'd have to be stupid to do anything you tell me to.
Yeah, his trigger discipline is really bad here.
The only thing the cops are focused on right now is the safety of the civilians. Same as you. You've risked your life to do what's best for other people. You're not some drive-by banger.
I know that. The question is, do they? You know what? We're done talking. The puto who tricked my brother thought he had us beat, but we are so much tougher than he counted on. I'm gonna go find him and anybody else who helped him. And when I do, they're gonna see the Angel of Vengeance in action, baby.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Is your whole family this stupid? The workers being here tonight was part of the hacker's plan. He was counting on you using a hostage, so you'd get yourself killed and tie up a loose end. You're stumbling right into another of his traps.
No, I'm not. God! I almost fell for it again! No way, man. He's not suckering me twice in one night. Get lost, chica, before you get me killed. I did what you wanted, so let me go. I got Blade here too, I see.
I've got as much interest in finding out who's really behind this as you do, cabron.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll owe you one. But I promise you this. Someone's gonna pay.
Any sign of him?
Adam!
Still's go.
Adam, what's happening? What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is gone, boss. But I'm pretty sure he's just a dupe. Somebody else set this up.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace. Meet Farida on it.
What about the hostages? Shouldn't I?
There's nothing you can do, son. SWAT couldn't save them.
No. Alright, whatever. They're all dead. Whatever. Moving on. And let me hack her computer here really quick. No, they're all dead. They're all dead. As it should be.
Access granted.
Having consulted with my colleagues and based on the information gathered from the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I have the privilege to request your assistance to transfer the sum of 47,500,000 credits into your accounts. The above sum resulted from an over-invoiced contract executed and commissioned and paid for about 5 years ago by the foreign contractor. This action was, however, intentional, and since the fund has been in a suspense account at the Central Bank of Nigeria, Apex Bank. We are now ready to transfer the fund overseas, and that's where you come in. It's important to inform you that as civil servants, we are forbidden to operate a foreign account. That's why we require your assistance. The total sum will be shared as followed. 70% for us, 25% for you, and 5% for local international expenses incident to transfer. The transfer is risk-free on both sides. I am an accountant with the Nigerian National Transhumanism Cooperation. You will find this proposal acceptable. Give us the following documents. Your banker's name, your telephone, your account number, your fax number, your private number, your private fax number, your letterheaded pager, stamped and signed. Alternatively, we'll furnish you a text of what to type into your letterhead paper, along with a breakdown explaining comprehensively what we require of you. The business will take 30 days to accomplish. Please reply urgently. From 419scowlingmask.ni.
Not quite what you signed up for, is it, Jensen?
Excuse me?
Sneaking into your own factory to hide stuff while the boss holds the cops at bay? Don't get me wrong, I love Mr. Seraph. I just hate it when contracts become more important than people. I thought you did too.
I do. But things don't always go according to plan, Malik. I did what I could.
I'm sure you did. You ready to
I did everything I could to save those hostages I could not find and did not really look for.
Yeah, get me out of here, Malik.
Your wish is my command. Climb in.
Ugh, of course. Hang on. Could be Plutonia. Wouldn't surprise me. I admittedly have already given up on the map because... Speaking of...
New orders just in, Jensen. The boss wants Pritchard to examine the Typhoon ASAP.
Copy that. Thanks for the lift.
No problem. Hey, and Jensen, I just wanted to say, new look suits you. Like you haven't missed a beat at all.
Thanks.
So, how's it feel? Being augmented?
Excuse me?
Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I've got a few neuro enhancements myself. Discreet ones to help me fly better. But I chose to get them implanted. You didn't. Now that you had a chance to try them out, what do you think?
I'm not gonna lie and say they didn't come in handy back there. But like you said, I didn't choose to get augmented.
So it'll take some getting used to. I get it. But don't be surprised if the boss keeps pushing you to get more.
Why? What do you mean?
You know how he is. He thinks augmentations are the be-all, end-all of everything. And he can't understand why someone wouldn't want to become more than human.
Megan used to say the same thing.
I'm not surprised. The research she was doing was pretty damn inspired. Might have convinced a lot more people to give what we make here a try.
If that bastard hadn't killed her.
Listen, Jensen. I know you want to find the men who attacked us, and so do I. If I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin, even Eric Koss. The labs their bodies were found in.
Were burned to a crisp. I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack was just to destroy Megan's research.
Sure looks that way. Mr. Seraph is hoping to reconstruct it, but it may take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Seraph is not pleased.
You were there that night. What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew what had hit us...
They were gone.
Whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
I'm gonna find them, Malik. One way or another.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab, right. See you later, then. Oh, and Jensen, the boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
Nope, Megan's turbo dead. From the beginning. I would say that first mission's actually a fairly solid intro mission. Arguably serves as a better tutorial mission than the actual tutorial mission. It's simple. Most of the yes, you're right. Take a drink. Most of the alternate routes are fairly obvious, and there's only really like one. You know, it's do you go this way, or do you go through the vent through this way? But we do have some multiple weapon solutions. We do have good pathing and patrols. It's good stuff. I liked it. Plus, Statue of Liberty Island. Yep, that's definitely a thing I remember. It's a thing I could speak about extensively with great knowledge and experience. So 407 years ago, there was a mission in Deus Ex, and sure, yes, it was the first mission. It was the first mission in Deus Ex, and I remember that mission implicitly. It involved killing Liberty Prime with a hacker device, right? By using nanites to reverse the polarity. How am I doing? Why are there so many security cameras up here? I did, Loke. I knew it. I got it perfectly. Yeah, I have, like, no memory of Deus Ex. Sorry. I played that for a room. And that was the second time I played it. So I've only ever played Deus Ex twice, and one of those playthroughs I don't remember.
It's happened in this company all year.
No kidding. General O'Neill would have canceled all our military contracts if anyone got a look at it.
O'Neill would be the least of our problems.
What do you mean?
Think about it, Calvin. The Typhoon is a suicide terrorist's dream. Imagine if Picus found out our own government requested it.
Oh, right. Well, lucky for us, Jensen was there to recover it.
Yeah, the only Deus Ex game I have any substantial memory of is Mankind Divided. I can tell you about that one, but I streamed that one. So, you know, duh, I suppose. These are like the worst offices. Look at these. Like, imagine being in an office where you've got a door and a wall, except the wall is actually just a giant see-through thing, so everyone can see you in there. Like, what's the point of it? Okay, whatever.
I don't buy for a second he was with Purity first. I think someone slipped him into Sandra's room.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the Typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
Okay. He's so positively inclined, you know? So helpful. How are we doing up here? Oh, we have 2 Praxis. I am going to go ahead and get the height one. That's already been something that I could have used. And after that, I might start going down this tree. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. The social enhancer.
Talk about?
David and Hugh Darrow? Hell if I know. What did Bill Gates and Steve Jobs talk about?
I bet he's trying to convince him to come out of hiding.
That's an interesting question.
Make a statement that will counteract Bill Taggart.
Darrow is not hiding. He's working day and night in the Arctic, trying to save the world. It's what millionaires do when they get bored. They save the world. Didn't you know that?
Yes, millionaires do. Now, billionaires, whole other thing.
Right. See you.
This elevator brought to you by Elevatosoft. Elevatosoft. Welcome. When you need to have a soothing, comforting experience ascending or descending, remember, Elevato Soft.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him with Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
You asked me to deal with the situation, and that's what I did.
I see. I'm also starting to see why your superiors in the police force decided to blame you for the Mexican town riots. Christ, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You've still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
You know, I love how hilariously awful Seraph's code is. Like, I mean that in sincerity. Like, it's exactly the kind of thing I could see a rich jackass wearing.
You got it.
Like, look at it. Look at it. Yeah. No, it's definitely part of his very natural human body. Why would... I'm sorry, hold on. Is this nothing but ads in front of the freaking sink? Okay.
Adam Jensen, please report to your office. Adam Jensen?
Do I have to? Sigh.
Adam Jensen, please report to your office.
What?
This is nuts. Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Really, dude?
And I should care about this because...
Damn, Adam. Are you really going to shake me down like this? That's cold. I'm hurting here. Look, I may be able to get my hands on a weapon mod for you. Jeez, never thought I'd have to buy your help.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his apartment. On his computer, maybe.
So what? I just look him up in the phone book?
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate path. Maybe use the fire escape or something.
How about Tyndall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tyndall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You need a Casey aug or something to crack him.
Casey?
Social enhancer. It's an augmentation designed to read people's reactions and behavioral patterns. Higher end series even allows you to directly influence people with pheromones or something.
Pretty ballsy stealing a patented drug from a secure lab. How'd you manage to do it?
Both Tyndall and I worked the night shift every other week. I stashed the neuropozyne in a bag while he edited the security footage. Guess he kept part of it.
Neuropozyne? What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients? Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
I notice you didn't answer my question.
All right. Tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
Oh, I can't shoot him. Oh, well. Damn it. What? Fine, I'll hack my own thing. Or I am physically incapable of hacking it. Oh, wow, okay. Well, okay, sure. Adam, I don't really mean to bug you on this, but I think I got another suspect in the neuropozyne thefts. I caught Denzel Mitchell going over my stack of VersaLife purchase orders. So I need to verify the legal address for a contact David wanted to look over. But he'd had that address on a dozen correspondences already. For a lawyer, I think he'd come up with a better defense. Store code's 1364, by the way. Also, welcome back, Adam. First of all, it really is good to have you back. Things just haven't been the same since the attack, and we're all hoping you return and restore some sense of equilibrium. That and David really missed you. I know your top priority right now is going to be with him, but if you have a moment, there's something I'd like you to check into. Someone's been stealing neuropozyne. I noticed it about 3 months ago. We seem to be reordering cases from VersaLife far more than usual. I had Frank run through the lab security tapes, and that's when he realized someone had tampered with them. Usually on nights when Will Rossellini was in charge. Frank wanted to search Will's office immediately, Even give me the access code, 3716. But I told him to wait. Last thing we need to start falsely accusing people. You speak to Will? He's in Office 23. Yeah, I may have figured out who's behind that. Still hasn't told me why. I can't help but notice. And yeah, we've got 3 HUD indicators already. I wonder if we can go above 3. Hang on, do we have...
Oh, did you hear yet? There was a demonstration at the Limb Clinic. Anti-augmenters. Mostly peaceful, though.
Mostly peaceful?
Great job at the plant, boss. Wish I could have gone out with you, but things got a little tense over here, too.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jensen. Rumor is some of those pro-human bastards got away tonight, including their leader. Think they had inside help?
Yes.
Great job at the plant, boss. Wish I could have gone out with you, but things got a little...
We were just saying what a good job you did at the plant. You saved our asses on this one.
Oh, hey, Jensen. Nice job with the Typhoon. The DOD is going to be real happy those terrorists didn't get a hold of it.
God, this game is pretty old, isn't it? That's a weird thought.
Eliza Kassan's saying the situation in Milwaukee Junction is over, but she's not going into any detail.
What was Mr. Seraph thinking sending you into that plant? You were in no condition to handle a hostage situation.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't.
Jensen, I heard you were back. I hope people outside the company aren't giving you a hard time. About your enhancements, I mean.
Hey, Tiger. Megan always did say you'd take well to augmentations.
If it makes you feel any better, Evo, I remember when Mega Man 2 was new.
Jensen, didn't think I'd see you back here. I guess I couldn't find anyone competent to take your place.
And over the edge. Okay, there we go. I remember when Mario Brothers 2 was new, too. I even remember the school I was going to when kids were bringing it up. And it's like, oh my god, there's a new Mario game. Check this out. And it was so cool.
Hey, do you know if David is going to step it up security-wise around here?
No.
Jensen, is it true Sanders acted surprised when he heard about the hacker?
Yes.
Hey, Jensen. I hear you were a real ghost tonight. Those Purity First assholes never even knew you were there.
Yeah, no, this is... If you've ever heard... I can't remember his name. This is actually how the actor sounds. So, hold on. Just 1 second. Yeah, so this game occurs in 2027. In other words, just 3 years from now. FF16 came out last year. So they've got to get on it, is what I'm trying to say.
Just leave, Jensen. I'm very busy.
Okay. And... Alright, he's dead. Let's see. Stealing your stuff, too. Yeah, they have 3 years to make 11 games. Let's go! I did.
Nice job securing the Typhoon, Jensen.
This whole thing just brings back bad memories. I love working here, but it's hard knowing that at any second...
God, I can't talk about it. What if another bunch of radicals burst through the door like right now and start shooting?
I know. It's so awful. Because you'd be the first to... I mean, you'd be...
I'd be the first to what?
Nothing. Forget it. Can you believe those fanatics? I mean, they think taking hostages will get augmentations banned?
Mr. Jensen, I heard it didn't go so well at the plant.
Yeah.
Did they really use poison gas? God, what an awful way to die. But I guess you're not here to talk about that. Can I help you find something?
Has anyone been in my office recently?
I think the cleaning people maybe, and that Mr. Corella was looking for you. But other than that, nobody's touched it. Up 2 floors and make a right.
I need to get to Seraph's office.
Then you want to go to the penthouse. Use the elevator at the left wing of the building to get there.
I need to see Pritchard. Do you know if he's still in the tech lab?
Sorry. I laugh every time somebody calls it that. It's so not a lab. But yes, I believe he's still there. Go up the stairs behind me and take a right. You'll find it near the end of the hall.
Thanks, I'll find my way.
Of course. Have a good evening, sir.
You know, I bet if we count every game that has Final Fantasy in the title, we're well past 27 at this point.
The objective screen details your current missions and objectives. In here, you can find extra information that may help you better understand what needs to be done. Missions can be activated or deactivated, depending on if you want them to appear in your radar or not. Deactivated missions can still be completed.
Okay.
Proudly headquartered here in the heart of Detroit, Seraph Industries specializes...
Damn it. And of course, there's no increasing the size of the subtitles.
The design and manufacture of advanced mechanical
God damn it.
augmentations for human implantation. In other words, we help people achieve their dreams by allowing them to reach their full potential. Currently employing over 1,500 people, we are dedicated to innovation while upholding a reputation for unrivaled excellence. New products for 2027 include the Smart Cortical Booster, equipped with the multi-focus aptitude chip, specially tuned to give an edge in mathematics, arts, reading, science, and technology. We are also proud to present VistaLife, the world's most advanced corneal replacement technology. At Seraph Industries, we bring your dreams to life. LIM, Liberty in Mind and Body International, offers full and equal access to human enhancement products and technologies across every global border in society. LIM runs an international network of low-cost, medical mechanical clinics catering exclusively to augmented people. Today, LIM has 150 self-managed affiliates, operating 1,900 branches across the globe, treating over 8 million people each year. They are recognized as a global champion for the world's augmented people. Because of their tireless efforts, tens of thousands of lives have been saved or made better. For this reason and more, Seraph Industries has been a major sponsor of LIM for over a decade.
Interesting. I mean, that tracks given what we've seen of Seraph so far.
The future holds a lot of excitement for us at Seraph Industries. We believe that advances in technology, in unison with good government policy and lower costs, will make human augmentation available to more and more people across the globe. And more accessibility to augmentation technology means a world with more opportunity. New developments with Cosmetech dermal layering will help to make augmentation look and feel more natural, eliminating much of the stigma associated with human enhancement technology. And for the first time ever, Omnivision transverse retinal technology will allow recipients to achieve true stereo vision without a dedicated chip. At Seraph Industries, a better tomorrow is our passion. It would not be an understatement to say that Hugh Darrow changed the world as we know it. One of history's greatest visionaries and entrepreneurs, Darrow's groundbreaking work with robotics, biotechnology, and human enhancement has altered the very fabric of society, allowing men and women to improve their minds and bodies at will. In the 1990s, Hugh Darrow would become a mentor to David Sarif, inspiring him to found Sarif Industries in 2007. It is Hugh Darrow's foresight and pioneering spirit that motivates us today. In the early days of human enhancement technology, scientists encountered a serious obstacle. New limbs were being rejected by recipients, resulting in complete systemic failure. Human immune systems would invariably recognize the implants as a foreign invader and attack. Darrow Industries was able to overcome this issue with the wonder drug neuropozyne, now distributed exclusively by the VersaLife Corporation. Today, Seraph Industries is working diligently to develop new technologies to reduce dependence on the drug, making augmentation safer and more affordable to the greatest possible number of people. No one should ever have to give up a normal life because of a random incident, or indeed lose a dream over a physical limitation. So believes David Sarif, idealist, philanthropist, founder and CEO of Seraph Industries. Pursuing this belief, Mr. Sarif acquired a failing Detroit auto factory in 2007 and repurposed it for the automated manufacture of prosthetics, founding Seraph Industries. Today, we at Seraph Industries share David's passion. We believe that human augmentation will give people every opportunity to improve themselves, making the world a better place to live. Guided by this principle, we will continue to innovate and produce the finest line of human augmentation products the world has to offer.
Interesting. And yeah, kind of a little in-universe info dumpy thing. I like how my security office is right freaking there. Probably the most exposed thing in the entire center here. Why? Okay. Where's the woman's restroom? Where's the restrooms in general?
Josie Thorpe. She's the plant manager.
Right, Josie. Yeah, I met her. What happened?
I heard the leader of the terrorists had a gun to her head, but Jensen talked him into letting her go.
Wow, that's amazing. Good thing Jensen was there.
Saved us all another funeral, that's for sure. God knows we've had enough of those. Jensen, what a hero. Seriously, not everyone could have done it.
Adam, I heard about the plan and the way you saved Josie. Nice job.
I let everyone else die, but man, that one woman is still alive. Open up. There's a stick up. Why is all the janitorial stuff in? Okay, you know what? Never mind. I don't even care. Although, ha ha ha. Wow, that's they sell combs. Probably both, Inamisho. Because it does afford us a very good position, and it makes sure everyone here knows that we're there. You'll also notice it's the only office that is red. Everything else is like whites, yellows, grays, beige, and then there's just red right there. I think we will go ahead and cut off here. It's a good cutoff time. Tomorrow, at roughly 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll go ahead and continue with the side quest. See you guys in a bit.